Hey fans, fighters, subscribers and YouTubers, and welcome to the most spectacular fighting show on YouTube, Fighters That Will Always Be Remembered. This show includes documentary stories of famous boxers, UFC fighters and K1 fighters that left an undeletable trail in their sport and should always remain known and famous for their achievements. Please follow episodes, send your propositions to my Facebook, and make sure that your fighter gets the next story. Hello and welcome. Welcome to one more episode of Fighters That Will Always Be Remembered. Today we're talking about Michael the Venom Page, known as Michael Jerome Ricci Page, better known as Michael Venom, is an English kickboxer. He is karateka and welterweight mixed martial artist. He has Trinidadian and Jamaican descent, recognized the MMA community for his unorthodox fighting style which originated from freestyle kickboxing and sport karate. He also has some taekwondo basics. He is born on 7th April 1987, St. Mary's Hospital, Paddington, Greater London, England, United Kingdom. Other names: Venom, MVP, residence Queen's Park, Greater London, England, United Kingdom. Nationality English, ethnicity Trinidadian, Jamaican, height 1 meter 91 centimeters, weight 82 kilograms, division welterweight and middleweight. Reach 196 centimeters. Style: freestyle kickboxing, sport karate, Lao-Gar kung fu, basics of taekwondo, orthodox stance, fighting out of London, England, fought done black belt in kickboxing. In kickboxing record, let's talk about his now early life. He is maternal nephew of Lao-Gar master Stan Brown, who was also the instructor of his father. He has 9 siblings, 3 of whom are adopted. Page attended Quentin Kynaston School at St. John's Wood alongside Olympian judoka Ashley McKenzie. He grew up in NV8 near Edgware Road and Leeson Green before moving to W10 near Queen's Park in 2003. Let's talk about his fights. I know that you most want to hear all of that, and later we will talk about his career. As fighting style, Page describes his discipline as not karate, not taekwondo, it's a hands-down kickboxing style, and likens himself a matador. As a movement-based fighter, his game plan revolves around controlling distance. He engages in histrionics while fighting to maintain focus, unnerve his opponents, and rile up the crowd. And there are always his bad moves, like, taunting, challenging, like this, put me to the chin, and so on. Let's go now further. From his kickboxing record, he won Jefferson George, UCMMA 29, London, England, United Kingdom KO punch from his kickboxing record in the second round. Let's talk about his 11 wonderful victories in MMA. I mean, there are very rare type of guys that know to have so huge amount of victories without any loss. And now let's just talk about it. Now, first fight versus Ben Dishman. This was the most unreal tornado kick I've ever seen. When Page did that tornado kick, he just stood like this. He wasn't moving, he was attracting the audience. He was having a great time, man. Ben Dishman went down. 1 minute 5 seconds, very fast knockout. Second fight, submission armbar versus Miguel Bernard. It was catchweight bout, 176 pounds, and that catchweight, I gotta say that Bernard took him down with a good movement, but Page caught around his arm, did this armbar, and it was over. Third fight, Haitham El Sayed, TKO Dr. Stoppage on 2012, November, Mumbai, India. Win 6-4, result versus Ryan Sanders, KO punch, 21st March 2013. Only 10 seconds, man. Only 10 seconds. Sanders started and Page just poof, and a strong KO to the chin. Good night. Ramdan Mohammed, he won him in Super Fight League middleweight bout, also in Mumbai, India. submission, rare naked choke. Gotta say, this was a bit tough fighter, you know, it lasted 3 minutes 48 seconds, and gotta say, Ramdan was a good opponent. He showed good resistance, you know. First fight in United States versus Ricky Rainey, TKO punch in South Haven, Mississippi, United States, 4 minutes 29 seconds. Well, I gotta say, this punch landed really strongly, and this punch was quite impressive by Page, because you know, Page was holding him down pretty much good, but this punch really was a surprising one. Seventh fight versus Nash, Sean Burrell, an anonymous decision, 3 rounds, 5 minutes. It was a decision victory, the only decision victory that Michael Page has. Rudy Bear's KO punch, sent in July 2015, Ankasville connected to only 1 minute 5 seconds. Page was crushing all his opponents, you know. It's also great punch when he started and Page just slipped through it. Really brutal. Charlie Ontiveros in the next fight, TKO elbows. Page was holding him down. 1, 2, 3. Those elbows really crushed the other guy. And Ontiveros really did not have much choice there. I mean, referee could not stop it. I mean, he couldn't stop it, but you know what would happen to Ontiveros then? Referee had to protect him. Jeremy Holloway's submission toe hold. Well, you know, Page was on the top, and Holloway was using his legs to defend. And after that, when he tried to strike Page with his leg, Page caught his leg and went for a submission. Holloway passed really good for not having his leg broken. And 11-0 win versus Evangelista Santos. KO, flying knee. It was a counter in the second round, London, United Kingdom, but you know, this fight will definitely always be remembered, because this is the first time I ever saw that somebody opened somebody's skull. You know, he crushed his skull, and Evangelista Santos went on the floor and he couldn't get up. I mean, man, this was very terrible. This flying knee of the counter, you know, Santos went like this to a direct shot here, and Page countered with a right flying knee. Good night. This is probably the worst KO I've ever seen in the world of MMA. And now let's just talk more about his personal life. Curtis Page, Sergeant Pauline Rees, Simon Lewis and Marvin Francis are the biggest influences in his combat sports career. Kickboxers such as Simon Lewis, Richard Kidd, Richard Palmer, Vasyl Mohammed, Andy Brooks, Alfie Lewis and Matthew Winsper inspired his style. Page's favorite fight was a points fight between Simon Lewis versus Matthew Winsper. He received the moniker Venom from fellow kickboxer Marvin Francis in homage film 5 Deadly Venoms. Page is avid salsa and street dancer champion. Freerunner Timothy Schiff trained Page in parkour. Movement pioneer Ida Portal worked with Page in movement workshops. He is a yoga practitioner. The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Goldberg and The Undertaker are his favorite pro wrestlers. Huge Marvel fan. His favorite characters are Deadpool, Cloak and the Hulk. Favorite martial artist is Jackie Chan. Chuck Liddell was one of few mixed martial artists Page enjoyed watching before becoming an MMA fighter. Fan of Manchester United, Los Angeles Kings and Miami Heat. He refrains from recreational drug use. Page was trained by his father in slalom skiing with the intention of qualifying for the Olympics. He was sponsored by MyProtein, Bad Boy Fighter Training, Fit Fuel, Round 5 Apparel, Nojo Food, MG Jones Exclusive, Multipower Sports Food, Grips Athletics and Cage Steel. He was filmed for a promo advertising the release of Kingsman, The Secret Service. He was filmed in a private entry for the Reebok Be More Human campaign. Collaborated with the Matic music group for his entrance theme song HDBA, hands down best around. So, I hope Michael Page will one day become the champion of UFC, because I would really like to see one guy with such an unorthodox style to become a champion and to leave an undeletable trail in the world of MMA, but he already left it by knocking down Evangelista Santos and opening his skull. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and subscribe us on YouTube. Send us your propositions to make sure to see your favorite fighter in this show. Thanks, and see you all in the next episode.